Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome back. I've noticed that that video that I put up on the Cliff Richard LP got quite a few views, and it was the same with a previous uh, Cliff Richard DVD that I put up as well. So I see there is an interest in those videos, and I've decided to do a video on this DVD that I picked up recently. Um, it's the Cliff Richard 2003 World Tour. So I picked it up, I think, a few weeks ago, um, 3 weeks ago or so, and it's the first half of the DVD is a documentary. I think it's 50 minutes long or so, um, about his 2003 World Tour, um, and it showcases uh, behind the scenes um, video footage of Cliff Richard on tour inside of the DVD. And then the actual concert itself is um, in Napier or Napier, as they say in New Zealand. It's on a vineyard, um, and it's quite a lengthy show. Um, the first half of the show was taken from one of his recent CDs that he had done. Um, and I don't recall what the name of that CD is or that album is, but it's a album of covers. Um, so it starts off with his biggest hit, "We Don't Talk Anymore." So immediately you get an understanding of this is not going to be your regular concert or your regular show. Um, he starts off with that massive hit. He goes on to Move It, um, which is a different kind of Move It. The backing harmonies or the backing vocals are different from the regular Move It. So he changes the song a bit. And then he goes on to do those songs from his recent covers album, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, What a Wonderful World, Right Here Waiting for You. He does an interesting cover of What's Love Got to Do with It, um, by Tina Turner, but he does it in a more soulful way than um, a rock and roll way. Then there's also some backing, not backing singers, dancers. Then he has some dancers um, that accompanies the show. Um, Let Me Be the One, All Shook Up by Elvis, Moon River. Um, so it goes on a few more songs. Then he does Some People, and then in the middle of the concert he does She's a Gypsy. She's a Gypsy. Um, haven't heard that song before. And another one I also haven't heard before is Green Light. So I think both of those songs are from his Green Light album, and I think I'm gonna look to get that album because I've been getting into those two songs. Dreaming, um, then he changes up the show a bit, uh, goes back, comes out again with a new wardrobe, sporting leather, and he does a more rock concert and is a root down rock and roll. So Born to Rock and Roll, D in Love. He does Claudette by the Everly Brothers. Gee Whiz, I Could Easily Fall in Love with You. Um, there's an Elvis medley, Too Much, Don't Be Cruel. Does The Young Ones. Um, then the backing singers do a medley on Devil Woman, Green Light, Carrie, while he does a wardrobe change. And then he comes back and does a few more um, rock and roll numbers, covers. Bebopalula, um, doo-wop medley, goes on to do a whole lot of shaking going on by Jerry Lee Lewis, um, and then a few Christmas songs, Mistletoe and Wine, We Should Be Together, Savior's Day, and ends off with Millennium Prayer. Um, I enjoyed this DVD. Yes, many songs that are covers on here. It's not a normal Cliff Richard concert, um, but I enjoyed the DVD, and it's quite a few songs for me to get used to. Um, it's well done. The documentary is also very insightful. You get an understanding of how big of a superstar Cliff Richard was in 2003. I didn't have I didn't think he was. I knew he was a big star back in the day in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, um, but I didn't realize um, how big of a star he was up into the early 2000s as well. His tour dates that's listed on the inside. Ireland, England, all these tour dates: October, November, England, Scotland, Norway, Scandinavia, December, Germany, January, Australia, February, Australia. That Napier concert that was done on the Vineyard at Napier, New Zealand, 22nd of February. Um, and then Asia, Southeast Asia, Japan in March. So yeah, that's you get a sense of how big of a star he was and how busy and hectic his tour schedule was on that documentary. Um, and yeah, overall, I enjoyed this DVD very much. Um, but yeah, that has made me thought to get that green light LP. See if I can get the LP or CD of that or of some sort. But yeah, that's my video on it. Like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.